Do you make notes whilst you read a journal article? Most people don't. Most people simply read through, maybe highlight a few lines here and there, get to the end, check it off, then move on to the next paper to read. What are you doing? If you want to include that paper in your literature review and you haven't made notes on it, then that means you're going to have to read that paper again when it comes down to actually writing the thing. This is such a waste of time. I know this is a waste of time because this is how I used to do things at the start of my Masters. In 2024, I was awarded the prize for Best Overall Performance on Postgrad Psychology, and this time-saving hack helped me get those top marks. The more time you can save doing your literature review, the more time you have for creative, insightful arguments in your discussion or making pretty figures for your results. In the digital age of studying we're in, there is no point doing something twice. To make this as easy as possible, you will have to download the article as a PDF, then in Adobe Acrobat, simply highlight the bit that catches your attention and write a comment. Your comments need to explain to the reader what you understand about the idea and why it's relevant for you and your dissertation. To write a literature review, you have to paraphrase the ideas anyway. Paraphrasing is just you writing your own interpretation of what you understand the authors to be saying. You can't just copy-paste quotes from the papers into your literature review. And this is a key point. From my experience, it is so much easier to write down your own version of what you think is being said when you're reading the paper for the first time. Now wait a minute. At this point, you might be thinking, but Jamal, you said that you were going to save me time, and if I have to write as well as read, then it's definitely going to take me more time to read each paper. I hear you. And trust me, I promise you, this works. In the short term, it will feel like papers take you longer to complete, but over the long term, this trick will save you 10 to 20 to 50 hours on your literature review. Because the important thing is once you finish the paper and you've got your comments on the PDF, then you copy all of those comments across to a document that summarizes your understanding of the entire paper. I store all of this information on Notion because this means they are immediately backed up on the cloud, and Notion provides easy file organization and cute emojis. You do this process for every paper you think is worth your time, and then suddenly you have a bank of documents that summarizes all the key papers you need for your literature review. In other words, you've basically written your literature review already, and now you just have to figure out how to reorganize your ideas so that it fits into your review structure. So to recap, step 1, download the PDF. Step 2, make comments while you read. Step 3, copy comments across to document. Step 4, repeat process for all papers you want to include in your review. Step 5, copy and paste bits from each document into your review. After all, it's all your own writing. Okay, time saver number 2. Use a reference tool manager. Using a reference tool manager during my Masters saved me so much time, and it makes sure that I know my reference list is perfect. But who even knows what a reference manager tool is? I definitely didn't when I started my Masters. Essentially, it's an electronic library that keeps a record of all of the references you need for your dissertation. There are many different tools out there, and your university will probably have a subscription to one of them. During my Masters, my university gave me access to Mendeley, and it changed my life. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, but it definitely changed my Masters life. How many hours do you spend copying out the citations for your reference list? How many hours do you spend checking whether you've included every reference? How many hours do you spend checking that all of your references are in the correct format? Well, this tool allows you to do all of that in 3 easy clicks. The first click, you only need the DOI link in order to upload a reference. DOI. This means you don't need to copy the exact citation, you simply copy the DOI link for your specific paper, and the tool will format for you depending on which format you need. For example, for me, it was APA 7. The second click is that when you're writing your literature review, you need to cite, and when you need to cite a specific paper, you just need to click on the Mendeley word widget, and Mendeley will insert the correct citation for you. And finally, I've saved the best until last. The third click is when it comes for you to write your reference list. You simply click the Insert References button on the Mendeley word widget, and it creates your entire reference list in less than 5 seconds. Step 1, find out which tool your university offers for free. Step 2, for any paper you want to include, copy the DOI link into your reference tool manager. Step 3, for citing a paper when writing, click a button in Word. Step 4, when you want to do your reference list, just click another button in Word. Alright, time saver number 3. You don't need to read every paper you reference. What does this mean? This is another really key time saver. Sometimes you'll be reading a review paper, for example, and it might mention a statistic on the prevalence of a certain condition. Because it's a published paper, that statistic will come with a citation to a specific paper. If you know that you will need to include prevalence statistics in your literature review, and you're using time saver hack number 1, then you can just make a note of the citation and the statistic and include the prevalence statistic in your literature review with the correct citation and reference. At this point, you would also use time saver hack number 2 and copy the DOI link for that article into your reference tool manager so you've stored the proper citation too. That's an additional paper and citation in your literature review, and you haven't even had to read the paper. This will save you so much time. And that's it. Those are the 3 big time-saving hacks which will accelerate your literature review and help you get the top grades. Number 1, write as you read. Number 2, use a reference tool manager. And number 3, you don't have to read every paper you cite. All of these tips are about getting you to do the work in the moment and to create a process, which means that you are writing your literature review from the very first paper you sit down to read. I hope this has helped, and if you're interested in more hacks for dissertation writing, then check out my other videos.